Quiet, please. Play.
Day 2 of the 126th Wimbledon Championships was packed to the rafters with tennis fans from around the world streaming into SW19. They were thankfully bathed in sunshine in the morning as they savoured a day that would include the 2 other big guns in the gentlemen's singles draw and plenty of British interest. First though, it was the turn of last year's ladies champion Petra Kvitova to take her bow on centre court. The Czech star was up against Akgula Mamradova, and the powerful Uzbek Stani was not overawed by her first appearance on centre court. Ultimately though, her early promise faded, and with Kvitova back on song, eventually she closed out the match in straight sets, 6-4, 6-4. In the gentlemen's draw, Rafael Nadal was next onto centre court, which was briefly flooded with Spanish flags. There was an early shock with the 2-time champion going 4-love down in his opening set against Thomas Bellucci. And the Brazilian came close to making it 5 games without reply. But Nadal survived to force the tiebreak, which he went on to win 7-love. From then on, it was more straightforward for the Spanish sensation, winning the next 2 sets with relative ease. Last year's runner-up was through to round 2, 7-6, 6-2, 6-3. Then it was the moment the British fans had been waiting for, Andy Murray against Russian Nikolai Davydenko. After the early exchanges, it appeared the traditional British pessimism was unfounded this year, with the Scot cruising into a 2-set lead. His 31-year-old opponent is not the force he once was, and with the world number 4 in this sort of form, there was little the Russian could do to respond. Murray easing through to round 2 with a dominant score of 6-1, 6-1, 6-4. There were other home heroes to support on the second day. British number 2 James Ward took part in one of the games of the day over on court 14. After a 5-set thriller, the 25-year-old joined Murray in the second round after defeating Spaniard Pablo Andujar. The final scoreline of 4-6, 6-love, 3-6, 6-3, 6-3, an indication of how much the match had ebbed and flowed. Well, British number 3 Jamie Baker faced a significantly tougher opponent in the shape of 3-time Wimbledon finalist Andy Roddick on court number 1. The winner at Eastbourne last week wasn't overawed by the occasion. A thrilling first set lasted more than an hour, but was eventually won by Roddick in a tiebreak. Andy Murray's occasional knock-up partner was 2-4 down in the second set when rain stopped play for the evening. British hopes of success in the ladies' draw, meanwhile, were briefly raised in the morning on court number 3, with local girl Laura Robson going a set up against Italian Francesca Scivone. Watched on by Andy Murray's mother Judy, the 18-year-old couldn't hold on though, losing 2 sets to 1, 6-2, 4-6, 4-6. There was progress for some of the British ladies later though, with first Elena Baltaccia winning in 3 sets against Italian Karin Knapp. And British number 1 Anne Kjothavong took on unseeded Spaniard Laura Portillo in the evening on court number 3, coming through in straight sets to ensure there are at least 2 local ladies in the second round. Back in the gentlemen's singles, Jo-Wilfried Tsonga arrived at SW19 with concerns about a finger injury picked up at Queen's Club recently, especially with a first-round match-up against a wily old competitor like Leighton Hewitt. There was no need for concern though, with a typically stylish performance from the world number 6. He defeated the Australian in straight sets. It wasn't a good day for the Aussies, with their number 1 Bernard Tomic also going out in the first round. A quarter-finalist last year, he was up against newcomer David Goffin. The unseeded Belgian knocked out his highly rated rival in 4 sets. It's the first time since 1938 there are no Australian men in the second round. There was better news for American tennis fans though, with their number 1 Mardy Fish making it through against Spanish world number 82 Ruben Ramirez Hidalgo in straight sets. And there was further disappointment for the Spanish camp, with world number 17 Feliciano Lopez knocked out in 4 sets on court 18 by unseeded Finn Jarkko Nieminen. Argentina's Juan Martín del Potro faced unseeded Dutchman Robin Haase for a dramatic 4-setter on court number 2. After trading sets, the 9th seed survived a tiebreak in the 3rd to claim victory late in the day. Final score there, 4-6, 6-3, 6-7, 5-7. Queen's semi-finalist Bulgarian youngster Grigor Dimitrov defeated South African Kevin Anderson, the same player he beat in the Queen's quarter-finals, to set up a second-round clash with crowd favourite Marcus Baghdatis. Serena Williams was out for revenge on number 2 court following her sister's painful exit in the same arena the day before. Despite a spirited performance from Barbara Savlova-Strykova, ultimately a typically aggressive display from the 4-time champion saw her claim a straight sets victory. Elsewhere in the ladies' competition, number 2 seed Victoria Azarenka made short work of her first-round clash with unseeded American Irona Falconi. Her straight sets victory completed in a straightforward 1 hour and 17 minutes. And Wimbledon finalist in 2010 Vera Zvonareva is also through after a 3-set victory against Mona Bartel to set up a second-round clash with Spaniard Silvia Soler Espinosa.
2-6, 7-6, 6-4.